Hey, welcome to day 57 of my spiritual journal with me, with your soul sister, Iona, host of the #1 Spiritual Awakening Annual YouTube Summit, where I interview fellow YouTubers, spiritual YouTubers, on their spiritual awakening story. And we have the Spiritual Ascension After Show Party and the Spiritual Alchemy giveaway. So my spiritual journal is related to that topic because it's from my spiritual awakening journey. So I call this the Soul Legacy Journal. It's a notebook. It's actually a lined notebook. 365 days of your spiritual awakening story. So we're going to go through this awakening journey and process the ascension and spiritual alchemy together on the SoulLegacyTV. So this is, I call it a co-created soul path to spiritual alchemy for light workers. So welcome to this episode. In my world, I've got my red t-shirt on. I will eventually have merch. And in my world, it is Contribution Freedom Monday on the SoulLegacyTV, and where I talk about spiritual business success without being busy, being broke, or experiencing burnout, because we want to build our spiritual business online with ease, grace, and flow. I'm the producer of the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Network. So if you want to start your spiritual business and launch it on YouTube and really get out there, really align your movement and your message and your money, I have a masterclass for you. I will talk about that as we go through, and a bank 50k in 50-day challenge. And I think that's all I want to say. Good morning. Good morning, Jennifer. How you doing? I can see the comments today, yesterday on the Soul Legacy TV. So I do this spiritual journal with my daily vlog. And yesterday was Financial Freedom Sunday, and I couldn't see Jennifer or Robin. So good morning, Robin. And you're saying good morning to each other. Oh, this is what I want to say as well. So as doing the Spiritual Awakening Annual YouTube Summit and the Soul Legacy Journal, this spiritual journal with me came about from my spiritual awakening, multiple spiritual awakening stories. So if you want to share your spiritual awakening story in my co-author book series, it's an annual co-author book series. It's called the Soul Legacy Journal, and it's spiritual awakening stories of 365. You can find the details in the, I'll put it in, it's in the descriptions, but I'll put in the description, but I'll put it in the comments as well, a detailed description, and you can email submissions at SoulLegacyAcademy.com. So we are on Contribution Freedom Monday. I've got a jam-packed spiritual journal with me. So if you don't have anything to write on or write with, go and grab it and let's dive in. So Robin and Jennifer are familiar with Contribution Freedom. I think you are, Jennifer. So what I do with my spiritual journal every single day, do my journal, my writing's like terrible. However, it's okay, because we soul speak our journal into existence, and we do it with ease, grace, and flow. So I usually pull a card at the end of this spiritual journal with me. So stick with me for that. I'm going to pull it actually probably in the middle. And then I'm going to talk about the Bank 50k in 50 days challenge. And I'm going to give you a vibrational money voucher, £1,000, dollars, euros, for you to spend. So you can get in the vibration of money and receiving money in your spiritual business if you've got money blocks or you just want to up level. I actually I've got a confession. I pulled a card and I didn't like it. And I was like, I'm not feeling it. So I pulled another card. So, and then the second card kind of covers what the first card did, but I like this card. I've never done that. I'm like, no, I'm not having that. We're not speaking that. But this is from Keepers of the Light. Let me know if you pull a card for your journal, your spiritual journaling process, or your spiritual daily rituals and routines. Jasper, it is in Robin Knott's world, the Energy Healing TV podcast. It is Root Chakra Healing Monday. So Robin is our lead soul guided instructor for the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Network and for the SoulLegacyAcademy.com. And on Robin's channel for a daily vlog, she talks about the energy healing lifestyle and clearing your energy. So anything that I talk about today, about contributing, getting out in the world, doing your divine work, doing your light work as a light worker, contributing in your lifestyle and your light work, and you've got any fears, any doubts, any thoughts, feelings that like kind of feel a little bit icky about it, you kind of got this big vision, but you're like, I feel a bit stuck, or I don't want to be visible, or whatever it is that comes up for you, journal on it, do it in your spiritual journal, and then hop over to Robin's channel, and she will sort you out. She'll clear all the blocks for you, with you, not for you, with you, and just clear your energy and heal trauma, triggers, all the things. I don't do that bit, right? I can hold space for the bank 50K in 50 days. I can hold space for spiritual business success. I can hold space for your spiritual awakening and that ascension journey and that spiritual alchemy, and give you clarity on that. And Robin will do the clearing. She's known as the clearing queen. All right. So don't come to me for that. Just like set the intention with me to live an intentional life, and then go over to Robin. So in Robin's world, it is root chakra healing Mondays. And I bought a set of chakra crystals, which I shake every single day. And as I come on my live as part of my spiritual daily rituals and routines in this spiritual journaling practice, I've actually started to really hone in, like I've kind of, I'll talk about it in a second about Atomic Habits. This is the book that I read for today. But like I've just really dialed down my routine it just feels amazing, like really stacking on my habits. So what I did was I held my red jasper crystal, hold whatever crystal is thing or not, and just did my Ho'oponopono and just sent love. I actually blessed today and blessed you watching live and on the replay to the point of tears, and I'll tell you why. I just feel so blessed and so grateful. So in Robin's world, it's Root Chakra Healing Monday, and this chakra is about grounding, cleansing, and calm. So let me know if that resonates with you. I'll talk about gratitude as well before we wrap up. All right. So on the Soul Legacy TV YouTube podcast, what I do is talk about spiritual business success, and I talk about the lower vibration and being in vibrational harmony with your vision. And your vision wants to be in alignment with your values, and your vision and your values, you want to be in alignment with that, raising your vibration every single day with me. I'm a pretty high vibe person. When I'm not high vibe, people go, what is wrong with you? We have that contrast, and I'm like, when I dip, I'm like, damn, it's like crashing into a wall. I'm like, ouch. But for the most part, I'm quite high vibe. So hopefully my energy will swap over to you. So Robin says, truth, clear with you, not for you. Thank you for clarifying that. Yes, Robin will clear with you. She's not all about, I will do it all for you. We don't do that. As a beautiful soul team, we're like, okay, we're doing the work. We'll light up the soul path of least resistance for you to step into your light work and clear your energy as an empath. But it is down to you. We can give you what you need, and I know you know that, but sometimes we kind of like get a little bit stuck and like, somebody help me. So we will support you, and we'll hold space for you. Thank you for the shout out. You are welcome, gorgeous. So if you haven't gone through my spiritual vision board challenge, and I love my spiritual vision board challenge. It is for spiritual business success. I've been told that it's the most 5D spiritual vision board challenge out there. I will leave it in the cards and in the description for you, because I break down each area of your life for that spiritual business success. And I challenge you to raise your vibration and be in alignment with the version of you who contributes in the world and also gives and receives financial freedom. So I use an acronym for this process called Cheers to Financial Freedom. So what we do on the Soul Legacy TV, if you're not familiar, I'm kind of going back every Monday, I'll kind of explain it deeply. So on Contribution Freedom Monday is about how you contribute in your business online. And I have my book, that is my level of contribution. I have it on pre-order right now on Amazon, and I also have a free chapter. It's called Spiritual YouTubers, as I'm the producer of the Spiritual YouTubers Network. So it's Spiritual YouTubers from scratch, a soul-guided influencer's compass to leverage your light work and lifestyle on YouTube. So what you see me doing on the Soul Legacy TV is walking my talk and living into my book. And I want to mention that in a second about if you have a book inside of you, or if you've written a book, actually living the book. And the book that I read today has actually changed my life. I was talking about this yesterday, not yesterday, last Monday, Atomic Habits, and I finished the book and I've started it again. And I'll talk about that in a second. So we have contribution freedom on a Monday, health freedom on a Tuesday as part of leveraging a light work and lifestyle. And this is what the acronym stands for. Emotional freedom on Wednesdays, environmental freedom on Thursdays, relationship freedom on Fridays, spiritual freedom on Saturday, and financial freedom on Sunday. So if you have experienced burnout, and if you have been busy, or if you've been broke, the Soul Legacy TV is here to support you as a light worker to have that soul client income, soul family influence, and soul tribe impact. And that's what I wanted. It's my spiritual awakening unfolded. I've used my spiritual vision board, break down each area of my life, put it back together again, and build it in a way that feels amazing. So as part of that spiritual vision board, again, raising your vibration, we want to know where we're vibing at on a daily basis. And so every single day for each of the freedoms, we rate ourselves between a 1 and an 11. I don't rate myself a 0 because we're breathing. And so if you're familiar with the Wheel of Life, and if you're not familiar with the Wheel of Life, Google it. The Wheel of Life was an inspiration for me to segment the areas of my life while I built my spiritual business, and have everything in between, as well as contribution, not just contributing and giving, and not receiving the financial freedom, and not just going after the money, and not really contributing very much. We've seen people out there that do that, and it's not pretty. I wanted all of the things. I wanted to contribute, and I wanted the financial freedom, bank 50K in 50 days. And then I wanted to have my health, my emotions, my environment, my relationship, my spirituality all in check as well. And so that's part of this journey. So hopefully it will resonate with you. Let me know if an area sticks out for you that you're like, I don't feel balanced in that. It might be relationships, it might be in your environment. I wanted to travel while I teach. That's part of me coming online on video, and work from anywhere in the world as part of my contribution. And I wanted to do it with ease, grace, and flow. And I'm walking my talk and doing that. I love it. So we rate ourselves between a 1 and an 11. 1 being what I call in soul funk, and just like meh. And 11 being yes, connected to source, your soul guidance, higher self, connected. Your North Star is leading the way, and you are smashing it. You're a badass every single day. So let me know how you feel, 1 to 10. And the abbreviation for Contribution Freedom Monday, because it's long, the frequency that you're emitting is CFM. So Robin has actually done that for us. Thank you. CFM. So Robin's put a 10. So Robin, I don't know what your frequency was last week, but when we do our rating and we do the abbreviation every single day, so write it down in your spiritual journal. Yesterday on Financial Freedom Sunday, what we do is we add up all of the scores and we see how we're vibing. So 1 to 11 every single day with me on the Soul Legacy TV YouTube podcast. I added up mine. So contribution last Monday was an 11, health freedom was an 11, blah, blah, blah. So I had 11 all week. And so I added it up on Sunday and I was like, yeah, what made it high vibe? I'm actually going to duplicate that experience this week because it worked for me. So I don't know what your rating was last week, Robin, but if it was higher or lower, what did you do to either make it go higher or lower? Was it the same? And how can you raise it? And if it dipped, how can you build in the daily rituals and routines to turn that around? Hopefully that made sense. It made sense to me. I talk quite fast because I'm like, there's lots to share in this YouTube podcast. So hopefully that helped you. So in your spiritual journal, write down your vibrational frequency, write down today's date, whatever it is for you, and write down CFM equals whatever rating it is, so that you can come back and look next Monday. If you come on the Soul Legacy, I'll be live again, and you can see how you're contributing in your light work and your lifestyle, what your daily routines and rituals are, and if they support you, because that is what I'm here for, to support you in banking 50K in 50 days. And if you haven't attended my masterclass, the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Masterclass, jump on that. It happens live the last Monday of every single month, where I'm going to share with you how you contribute in the world, how you build a spiritual business online that's successful, and you're speaking, serving, and signing up your soul clients. And you're doing it with ease, grace, and flow. I have bonuses. I have a community around that. I have a monthly call. I have a free chapter of my book, and I have a free chapter VIP day that goes with that. That also shows you how to start and grow a successful online spiritual business on YouTube and launch it with a #1 best-selling book. And so, by the way, again, that's my contribution in the world. I have a free chapter for my book, and my book went on #1 bestseller on pre-order on Amazon a week after I launched it. I set that intention, I did that work, and my business is built around my book. That's part of my contribution here on the Soul Legacy TV with the co-author book series and my own book. So books change lives, and we're going to talk about the book that I read today, because in this last week, just reading that has absolutely changed my life. Every single day I listen to at least a chapter of the book. Depending on what I'm doing, I'll listen to like hours of a book. So in the Spiritual Vision Board Challenge, I share with you, or I encourage you and suggest that you have a book or material, a book usually, that will support your life in that area. There's something, many times we read books and we put them by the wayside, don't actually implement them. If there's books that support you, then read that. Robin says, I don't write my rating down. I didn't write my rating down last week. Okay, so can you write your rating down this week, please? And I'll write my rating downs for your energy healing lifestyle and the chakras. And then we can see where we're rating and where we're vibing. Obviously for you, you do 1 to 10, right? And so that chakras and how blocked or clear your chakras are is going to determine where you probably want to get some work and some support from Robin. For me, I have the 7 Freedoms call-in gym, a 2-hour monthly call. So if you're going and you're dipping, that's the thing that we'll probably talk about on the monthly call, and I can coach you, support you through it. Robin says, I think it was pretty high though. Awesome. So you kind of know how you feel by what you've been doing in your daily rituals and routines. And we talk about emotional freedom on a Wednesday, and to dive into like all areas of your life, how you're feeling about them all. Yes, 1 to 10. Thank you. All right. So the book that let me know if you know this book. I mentioned it last week, and whatever book I'm reading in terms of contribution freedom, I'll share that with you. I have a playlist on the Soul Legacy TV. It's a playlist with, you know how on YouTube you have, you may have listened to some audio books like for free. I have a playlist, and if there's a book that you suggest, I'll add it to the playlist. The playlist is in the Soul Legacy Academy and the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Network community. It's a private community. It's not on socials. How I contribute in the world now is more so, I don't resonate with being on all the social media platforms. I'm done with that. I'm not saying that you have to come off them, but in order to do your contribution in the world and really hone into your spiritual business and keep your vibration in check, I suggest it. I highly recommend it. I'm just saying. So that is in the Soul Legacy Academy for you. I have a recommended book list as well. And this book list will go in there. This book will go in there. So the book was called Atomic Habits. And it is, let me see the title of it. Atomic Habits by a guy called James Clear. Let me know if you've read the book, if you want to make some notes on the book. And so the subtitle, let me see, it's an easy and proven way to build your good habits and break bad ones. Tiny changes, remarkable results. So it's called Atomic Habits, and that means atomic, tiny little things that you tweak for your daily rituals and routines for your spiritual business, how you contribute, actually give you remarkable results. And I can attest to that. Just for this last week, I finished the book this morning, and at the end of the book, he says, additional reading for you. And he mentions his website, and he mentions his newsletter, and he mentions that he does a bonus chapter. I think it's a free chapter on atomic habits for business. I'm like, yes. And atomic habits for parenting. So I talk about in the Soul Legacy Academy and on my Vision Board Challenge and on the masterclass that when you have your spiritual business, you have a soul client, a niche, a soul niche that you actually speak to, your soul tribe, right? My soul tribe might be your soul tribe, it might not be, depending on where your spiritual journey has led you. And you go back and you serve those people along the same, going along a similar path. And it's depending on the niche. So there's a book that I always refer to as called Miracle Morning. And Hal Elrod does the Miracle Morning, but he also does the Miracle Morning for mums, not mums, families, the Miracle Morning for entrepreneurs, the Miracle Morning for millionaires, the Miracle Morning for college students. So when you niche your business, you niche it to speak to the people that you're here to serve and the people that you want to serve. Usually it's a path that you've been down. And I talk about that on the masterclass really deeply. Robin says, energy protection step 1, move away from the socials. Yes. So if you were not here in the last few days, with Robin and I, when I pulled a card from the Keepers of the Light, I asked Robin, can we do that spiritual protection? And we're going to do that. We're going to do a little bit of a mini course for Soul Legacy Academy students and for the Energy Healing School students as well, and move away from the socials. That's what we've been doing. It's like, it feels really good. So Atomic Habits. So he says, that's what he said. And he says, that atomic, and he defines habits being that thing that you do habitually, those routines and the things that you do as an automatic response sometimes. But he says, this is the bit that I want to share with you. He says, to write a great book, right? To write a great book. And I want to help you write your book. And I want you to invite you to become a co-author if you're a soul match. Not everybody just can get in my book. I'm just saying. To write a great book, you must first become the book. To write a great book, you must first become the book. I'm like beaming by this message today, because in the Soul Legacy Academy, I have the Soul Legacy Launch Blueprint, author and authority media platform, where I talk about launching your book, right? And leaving that legacy through your book and through your YouTube channel and your podcast and getting featured and sharing your spiritual awakening story to those who really need it. But there's so many people that want to go out and get featured and want to go share this and want to go share that. And it's like, dude, writing your book is not the first thing. There's many people over the years that have come to me that have written a book. And I want to say the word comes to mind, that flopped. And by the definition of flopped, and it's not funny, but I'm like, that's how it feels. I'm like, really? Why would you do that? Like, just being really hard-headed in the sense of, I'm writing a book and mostly the book is for them. I'm not being rude, but it is, because if the book was for your readers, not the status of I've written a book, you would actually do your research on the book, know that there's an audience for it and serve that audience, and actually be the author that supports that audience, takes their readers out of the book and serves them deeply. With the Miracle Morning, that's exactly what Hal Elrod does. He has his community. It's now like 330,000 readers strong. That inspired me. He has his speaking gigs. He had his live event, The Best Year Ever. He has his podcast. He has merch now. And then eventually he did a course. And so I just love his energy. I love his book. If you haven't heard of Miracle Morning, my friend actually, who is holding me accountable, my soul sister from childhood, for our health. I'll talk about Health Freedom Tuesday. She actually said she came across the book yesterday, that and another book, and I wasn't familiar with the book that she was drawn to. And she said, oh, I'm going to buy this book. It's called The Miracle Morning. I said, I talk about that. I've been talking about it for the last 5 years. She went, really? But she used to watch my lives and stuff. Boom. Exactly. So if you have a book inside of you, I say become the book. So even if you've written your book, you can upload a different version of it if it's on Amazon, whatever. I'm just saying that when I teach to write your book, I'm saying I've done mine. I haven't even written it. I've put it on pre-order to live into my book, and all of this will go into the book. But I'm sharing about the book. I'm sharing that you can get it on pre-order on Amazon. I'm sharing that you can get a free chapter. Like I'm sharing and it's giving buzz around the book, but most importantly, I'm building my spiritual business and my co-author book series and my 12-week boot camp and my mastermind and my retreat around being a spiritual YouTuber, starting from scratch and leveraging my own light work and my own lifestyle on YouTube. Hello, could I write that book? Yeah, because I'm living it. So for me, my contribution is that launching, leading, and leaving your soul legacy and doing it with ease, grace, and flow, not write your book in 24 hours, write your book in a weekend. Why would you do that? Like, write your book in 90 days. Okay, well, that's fine. And I tried it. I tried all of the things and and I'm like, you know, when you've got that book inside of you and you just never get around to writing it, or you've got that YouTube channel that you wanted to start and you never got around to it, or that podcast, or that course, or that, all the things. But the Bank 50K in 50 Days Challenge, I've started mine again today. I want to say it's my first round because the first round was like a beta round, the first round, and I'm recording it. I'm recording this experience. And if you're in the Soul Legacy Academy and you're watching and you're one part of the 7 Freedoms call, or you're going through the Soul Income Game Bank 50K in 50 Days, that's it. Don't write your book. You can. Like, because I know, and Robin will attest to this, it's like, as light workers, as spiritual business owners, as entrepreneurs, we don't want to be told what to do. Of course we don't. Like, no, I'm going to do it my way. Okay, well, how's that working out for you? Like, I've invested so much and I've been on this journey for such a long time, and it might have been a struggle for you. It might not. It might have just, you might have gone swimmingly. Then I'm not the person for you. I'm the person that says, if you keep trying the thing and trying the thing and trying the thing, and it's not working, you've hired a PR agency, you've hired this coach over here, and really you're not even serving, you're hiding behind closed doors. Like, how is it working out for you? Are you contributing to the level that you want to? If you're here, you're probably not. I'm just saying, get myself into trouble. I'm just saying. All right, Atomic Habits. It's a book that I recommend. I don't think that this book is free, but I have Amazon Audible, and I pay $7.99, I think it is, a month. I don't know. I've got Amazon Music, Amazon Unlimited Kindle, Amazon Prime. I'm like, why are all these $7.99s coming out of my bank this month? I'm like, what? Anyway, well worth it. Jennifer says, morning, Robin. It says that one person's on here. So hopefully you've enjoyed that, like, rant, because I'm so passionate about it. I want to help you write your book, but I also, and if you've written it, I want to, and you haven't got to #1 bestseller, that's what we're going to focus on in my mastermind and in the 5-day YouTube from scratch challenge and in the boot camp. That's my level of contribution, because I wanted to figure this out, and I made a vow when I figured this out, I would share it far, wide, and deep. I'm just saying. And so that is where I'm on my mission with the Bank 50K in 50 Days. I have a movement marketing media kit challenge and a media tour. So I will be talking about that over this next 50 days. I'm just saying that this is my point, 30th of May, 2022. Hold me accountable every single day, launching, leading, and leaving my own soul legacy with ease, grace, and flow. I'm just saying. All right, so card for the day. Let me do the card. We've done the chakras. I'm going to do the vibrational money voucher, and I'm going to do gratitude after this. So stick with me. Write in your spiritual journal. This card, I prefer this card. I'm just saying. I won't tell you what the other one was. This is by Cal Gray, Keepers of the Light. I love this card deck. Have you, I know Jennifer and Robin have, but if you're watching on the replay, have you seen my lives and me pulling the card, and do they resonate with you? I've loved it. I've got a card that we've needed every single day. So this is Mercury, and I believe that the card is for you as well as for me. Open communication. Can I get an amen? So it says, get a weight off your chest, speak up with love, and be heard. Is that beautiful for Contribution Freedom Monday? Every single day without fail, apart from that other card, I was like, I'm not speaking that into existence. Yeah. Get a weight off your chest, speak up with love, and be heard. So if you need to do this in your soul legacy journal, in your spiritual journal, first, so you can get this journal, the spiral note bound, on Lulu, right? There's a blank one, a lined one. This is a lined one. A grid one, and a graph one. And then this one is on Amazon, and this is a blank one. It says, "Come Spiritual Journal with me." Probably can't see it. It's a blank one, and I'm going to have a lined one on there. But write it down in your spiritual journal, like, just, yeah, bang, 50K, 50 days, baby. I'm just saying. A lot of times you'll see people that do launches and they'll be like, they're burnt out, don't talk to me, all the thing. It's not a launch. I've scheduled my business out. Well, it is, but like, it's not, you know, I've scheduled my business out for the next 7 years, and I will be already. And after this live, I will go and do my insanity workout. I will do my run, and I've drunk my water. I will eat clean. I will watch Robin's live. I will do some recording. I'll re-record my 5-day challenge. I've got my day planned out with the habits. It's just it's really, really beautiful. So get a weight off your chest and speak up with love and be heard. So write in your Soul Legacy journal if you need to. If you don't feel like you can communicate in whichever way, whether that's contribution, whether that's relationships, whatever that is. So Mercury is about the Roman god of messages and communication. In Greek mythology, he is known as Hermes. He has often been depicted with wings on his feet, representing his capacity to be swift and carrying, I don't know what that is called, the same healing wand that Archangel Raphael is known to carry. And you'll probably know the word, and I've got early learning dyslexia, so I skip words if I can't say them. As well as overseeing communication, he oversees the planet Mercury. When this goes retrograde, which means it appears to go backwards when seen from the Earth, communication can be delayed or difficult. People talk about the retrograde all the time, Mercury retrograde. And I didn't actually know what that actually meant. I will confess. It's like, Iona, really? Did you not? All I hear is negativity about the Mercury. Oh, it's the Mercury retrograde. I don't know about you, but I'm not pushed and pulled by that. I'm not pushed and pulled by that. However, a lot of people are. And if you are contributing in your spiritual business and you hormonally, I would pushed and pulled. If you want to contribute in your spiritual business, just set the daily rituals and routines to support you in a spiritual way. Set the intention. If you know that is going to come up, have habits in place to go beyond that. I'm not saying like it's not a real thing and, you know, whatever, and energy is energy. I know that. But I think there's a lot of people that jump on that bandwagon and make so many excuses. Oh, yeah, it's a retrograde. I can't do anything this whole month or whatever. Like, no, dude, really? Because there's going to be a lot of retrogrades, Mercury retrograde. So we've got 365 days of the year. Every day counts in my world. I'm just saying. I just wanted to just let that out. That, what does it say? Speak up with love and be heard. I'm practicing it. I'm just saying. Which means the planet, it can be delayed or difficult. I understand that, but it's not impossible. It's not impossible. People make out like things are impossible. It's not impossible. All right. So I'm going to get into trouble today, like a lot. 33 minutes. Boom. Okay. We can call on Mercury for help with loving, honest and open conversation, divination, and any form of expressive art, such as writing poetry and journalism. He can also support us heal miscommunications that have caused distress. Love that. Extended message. Open all levels of communication. Now we're here communicating important messages. So leave a comment down below. So Robin and Jennifer are on the live, so that will go in the live chat. To watch this on the replay, then leave a comment. Let me know. You probably give me absolute jip for the retrograde comment. Oh, well. Important messages, information and insights are being shared. You may hear from an old friend or family member, or have an opportunity to finally understand a loved one you've not had an easy time with. Does something come to mind with that? Journal on it. And if a family member or a friend that comes to mind, then let me know next week if that comes around for you. I actually laid on my bed last night and I was doing my planning with my soul accountability buddy. Robin's my soul accountability buddy, but my joint vision partner as a beautiful friend and as our lead soul guided instructor. But my friend, like a childhood friend who's got nothing to do with spiritual business whatsoever, but we set like our health goals. And last night we were doing like all the things. We were writing planning. I'm going to share that on my other video, all the habits and things. And she said that she does that. She writes down what she wants to manifest, what she wants to do, and then ticks it off. And so I was doing that, and then a person came to mind who I worked with years ago. Actually, when my 5-day YouTube challenge came about, she was one of the first people to go through it. And I've impacted her in such a way that whenever she feels like that warrior side of her, that badass side of her needs to come out, she says she thinks of me. So I laid there and I was like, I just thought of her, and I messaged her on Telegram, and she said, oh God, she said, it's funny because I've been off social media. When she used to come off social media, I'm like, why would you do that? Like, you've got to build your business now. Like, and she said that she saw my video. I'd done a live on Facebook, which I don't usually do, but as the book launch was launching, and she said, I watched your video, and it's funny. She said, I'm so proud of you, blah, blah, blah. And so she came and she said, you're right. I thought of you. I said, I know you're thinking of me. Happens every time. I go, I know for a fact you thought of me. Don't know when. I need to message you. And I messaged her about the co-author book series because I want to have badasses in there. I want to be really mindful about who I have in this book. And anyway, so she said, I literally thought of you 2 days ago. And she was explaining why, blah, blah, blah. And it was just beautiful. So if you have a family member or a friend or a loved one, and we did have that miscommunication over the time, and that being misunderstood, and there was apologies given, not in a horrible way, but there was apologies, you know, that love. But just because you have miscommunications doesn't mean to say that person's going to be out of your life for a lifetime. It might just be, you know, when you contribute in somebody's life, you've made a positive impact more than what you know. And she actually said that she wasn't ready to receive the level of love that I was given. And I was like, wow. Do you know what I mean? It's not always about us. But you may be able to clarify situations where you feel you weren't heard properly or misunderstood. Get things off your chest in a loving way so that you can clear all roads to love in your life. Listen to communication is a two-way street. Mercury is here now to allow you to hear clearly and to be heard. So hopefully that helps you. I don't know where my card's gone. Did you see where my card went? No, you didn't, because you can't see down there. Got it? So that is the card for today. Is that beautiful? Woo-woo. Robin says, it's beautiful when you have that connection with somebody. Yeah. It's been a couple of years. So it was April 2020 that I had the idea to do the YouTube from scratch challenge, and I launched it in May. And she came on, but she even said, I don't even know how we met. And I reckon that it is from me reaching out. The same thing that I'm going to be doing now is me reaching out. And it was lovely. And so she said, the way that came about, the way that I'm contributing in the way that I'm now, she said, I know that the seeds were birthed back then. And I said, yeah. She said, to see you living that is just amazing. So it's manifesting my spiritual vision board, right? So I've done vision boarding for like over 10 years, and I've done journaling for like 10 years as well. And she said, you know, to see that, and she actually inspired me to teach it. I was doing YouTube challenges for myself, and her and another student of mine who was part of my bootcamp years ago actually inspired me to flip this round and teach it. So it was just for me. And I was like, okay, I won't hoard it to myself. I'll actually share it. And so Robin, to be fair, the impact and the connection between us actually has impacted you and your business, because if it wasn't for the connection that I had with this particular lady, a soul sister, that's my 2-mile run notification, I wouldn't be teaching it, and then you wouldn't have your challenge either, right? You wouldn't have your YouTube channel up the way that you have it up. You wouldn't have your spiritual business the way that you have it, because I wouldn't have done, because I was focusing completely different. And that's what we do. We have, sometimes when we have that relationship, it changes the direction. It's a catalyst that changes the direction of our life. So it's beautiful. And she did tapping. And yesterday, if you were not part of the live, if you haven't watched it, that's fine. But I mentioned tapping, and I wrote and I said, hang on, right up there, can't see it, tapping, the word tapping. I wrote tapping, and I was like, I'm going to include tapping in my spiritual ritual and routine again. And she was one of the people that was doing tapping originally. And I was like, oh, wow, because this project was built on 444s. There was going to be 4 of us doing this project. Now there's Robin and I, so it was different. And I had soul guided instructors then, right? And so she was original. And so without her, things wouldn't look the way that they do right now. So I'm super happy and super grateful for that. Robin said, absolutely, every moment we have influences the next. Yeah, I'm very grateful for that. So what was I doing? Did the card. Oh, gratitude. Let's express gratitude. And then we'll do the money voucher and wrap up. So the way that I do gratitude is part of my spiritual ritual and routine on Soul Legacy TV. If you are not subscribed, please consider subscribing. No, don't consider, just subscribe, right? Share this out. Invite a fellow light worker in to experience that light work and lifestyle balance, that spiritual business success. My masterclass, my free chapter, my free VIP day, to be a co-author in the book, all the things, right? To start your 5-day YouTube from scratch challenge as well, if you want to. All the links will be down below. Let's express gratitude. So the way that I do it, I say, I'm happy and I'm grateful and I appreciate past experiences, present experiences, and predicted future, because we do the vision board challenge. So we kind of say thanks in advance. So the way that I do it for what I call the intentional living codes, living an intentional life, your vision, your values, and your vibration, that's the intention of the saying gratitude. You can write it down in your spiritual journal as a spiritual journal prompt, or you can soul speak it into existence. So I know, Jennifer, you said that you don't usually write down. Let me know if you've been writing down, if you've been inspired, or if you just speak it out. When I go out on my runs or my walks, usually on my walks, I'm usually not running and speaking out into existence, but I'll speak something out. So me doing these lives, I've spoken this out 100 times before I've actually done the live. Do you know what I mean? So we say, I'm happy and I'm grateful and I appreciate for I call them the 7 freedoms, for the 7 areas of your life that I mention on the Soul Legacy TV. Every single day I'll go live on these daily vlogs. So you can spiritual journal with me, contribution freedom on a Monday, health freedom on a Tuesday, emotional freedom on a Wednesday, environmental freedom on a Thursday, relationship freedom on a Friday, spiritual freedom on a Saturday, and financial freedom on a Sunday. And that forms the soul income game, bank 50K in 50 days. We're not about burnout. When we're launching, we want to be taking care of ourselves. So we say gratitude for something, contribution, something for your health, something for your emotions, something for your environment, something for your relationship, your spirituality, and your finances. So can you think of 7 things that you'd be grateful for, whether it's past, whether it's present, or whether it's predicted in the future? Write that down in your Soul Legacy journal. So I say gratitude every single day before I come live. So I think of for contributing. I didn't actually write down notes for contributing, so I'll say really quickly before we do the money voucher. Contributing in the sense of actually doing my bank 50K in 50 days and recording it as part of the soul income game. That for me feels really lit, that I can just record my day, like have that technology record my day. I want to say that I'm happy and grateful and appreciate, and I'll bask all the things that I'm happy and grateful and appreciate about that, and have that emotion. And I did. I was like tearful. And I want to say, Robin, that me contributing for you, I share up my screen and I talk about Robin a lot. She's my movement maker as well as my soul sister. And thank you so much for, you know, everything that you do. I love and appreciate you. I adore you. I just think you're lit, right? So, and I speak to Robin every single day. Anyway, when I was doing the recording today, I pulled up the Energy Healing TV podcast, and it's root chakra healing Mondays, and I pulled up your journal and I was like, okay, well, it's coming up in the YouTube feed. Let me do the incognito window and search it so it doesn't skew search results. And it was coming up and it was coming up and it was coming up. I'm like, yes, I was like screaming on my videos going, yay, well done. So me contributing from the time of, 2020 when I had that idea, and lots of people have gone through my YouTube challenge, but in this way, Robin's really stuck through this model and I love it. Thank you, Robin. Health, just I'm drinking, I'm fueling water. I was grateful for water last week. Water, fuel, just I'm feeling really good and really vibrant. Being able to do my insanity workout. My son introduced me to insanity. He's made his transition 7 years ago, and it is still that legacy that he left, and it's still taking care and fueling my body. Emotions, I'm just high five. I'm just feeling really happy and really grateful. Environment, just my environment. I'm clearing out my environment as I do the Bank 50K in 50 days challenge. This is a planning week. So every surface in my house will get cleaned, energy just cleaned, sage, all the things I write down for the sage. So health, emotions, I'm going to write down sage for Thursday. Environmental freedom Thursdays, I'm just saying. Robin says, I love and appreciate you. I love and adore you. Love you billions. We've got the billions going on. I love it. It's coming up under incognito. Yes, yes. The root chakra. That's the only one that I searched. I'm like, boom, boom, boom. I'm like, yay. That's not doing any YouTube ads. Yes, it's coming up. Yes, 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 yes. All right. So relationships. Robin, I'm really grateful for the relationship, and for you, Jennifer. You're new in my world, and obviously I met you from doing Robin's 5-day money blocks clearing challenge, which was lit. Finances, I'm grateful for the money blocks clearing challenge and the Bank 50K in 50 days. Spirituality, just guidance, just really happy and really grateful. Right, let's do the vibrational money voucher, and we are done. We've done the crystal chakra book. A quote for the day. Nearly knew I was forgetting something. I have a quote for the day. This is what I get from my Momentum app. Helps me set up my day. So it says, okay, this is the quote for today. It says, the brain is like a muscle. When you use it, we feel very good. Understanding is joyous. That's a quote by Carl Sagan, I think. The brain is like a muscle. When we use it, we feel very good. Understanding is joyous. I'm using my brain. Trust me, over the next 50 days. So the Soul Legacy Journal, to wrap up, gives you 1,000. It's a magical journal, right? That's why you're doing the spiritual journal with me. I'm the Soul Legacy TV, launching, leading, and leaving your soul legacy. Doing it with ease, grace, and flow. As much ease, grace, and flow as you want, as you possibly can. So the Soul Legacy Journal gives you £1,000, dollars, or euros every single day, like giving you vibrational money to spend for real. And everything is vibration, everything is energy. We know that, right? So you want to do things in the energetic realm. So as part of the Spiritual Vision Board Challenge, as part of the Soul Income Game, Banking 50K in 50 days, I will show you on the masterclass, I will show you in the Soul Income Game, how to do it physically in the physical world with your spiritual business, have that spiritual business success. But we want to do it vibrationally in addition, right? So Robin says, I definitely use the brain. Using the brain, like literally, my brain moves very fast, you might tell. So we have a vibrational money voucher. So I'm giving it to you to spend, to make memories with your soul clients, soul family, and soul tribe. Every single day, there's £1,000, dollars, or euros. So what I want you to do with that is spend it making memories. You don't get to spend it on bills, but you can spend it on everything else. Not on your utility bills. I want you to come from the space of that is done. I'm a successful spiritual business owner. I'm a light worker. I'm badass. I'm contributing in the world. I'm receiving my financial freedom. My bills are covered, right? So that's that handled. Not worrying about your bills, low vibration. And Robin says, I'll be back for what I missed. She always gets the vibrational money voucher. Robin, get back here. I was like trying to get it done before she goes. I'll be back for what I missed. Love you. Have a beautiful day, Jennifer. I love you, Robin. Thank you. So we spend this vibrational money voucher. Robin, I'm going to ask you, like, when I get off this live, like, did you spend your vibrational money voucher? She usually does. So we're doing the Bank 50K in 50 days challenge in the physical world together. So we spend it. We don't spend it on our bills. We want to come from the vibration. It's done. And we get to tithe 10%. So if you have money blocks and you're that kind of thinking, I don't really want to spend money, and I'm definitely not spending it every day. Like, why would you do that, Iona? It is part of building your spiritual business model. I have a 1-page plan. Building your spiritual business model and being okay with receiving, showing up, speaking out, and serving deep means that the serving deep is offline and you're serving your clients in a deep way. You're living your book. You're doing your work in the world in a way. Books change lives, courses change lives, mentoring, coaching, healing, that changes lives. And that energy exchange is a fair energy exchange, because you don't want to go out and work a soul-sucking day job or work for somebody else. I know I don't. So that financial freedom, whether that bank 50K in 50 days comes to you in that 50 days or the next 50 days or the next 50 days, you want to be receiving the money to pay your bills, right? So it costs me money. My lights are on, my ring light is on, my internet is on my phone, my internet, all the things, my sofa, it all costs money. And when we're saying, no, I don't really want the money, tithe the money, tithe it to a worthy cause. So I tithe to Cruz Bereavement Care, who supported me. Robin ties to the firefighters who supported, that's part of her family were firefighters, I believe. So Robin has the self-love movement, and what she does, she has a 5-day money blocks clearing challenge. It's a YouTube challenge as well, and she says it's a journey of self-love to financial freedom. And so loving yourself enough to vibrationally spend the money so that it doesn't feel risky. Because oftentimes when we think, oh, well, I'm going to be like rich people are greedy, all the stories that we have, all the incidents, all the things, all the trauma and triggers that we've had in our life around money, we get to clear those because it's safe to spend the vibrational money. So spend it, tithe 10%. If you don't want to spend it every single day, you can carry it over to the next day and have a bigger lump sum if something that you wanted, that you've seen that you wanted. Or you can spend it with me on Financial Freedom Sunday. Every Sunday on the Soul Legacy TV, I will share what I've spent my vibrational money voucher on this week. So I've tithed my 10% to Cruz Bereavement Care. I do that every day energetically, and then I'll spend my 6,300 on Financial Freedom Sunday with you. So if you haven't done the Spiritual Vision Board challenge for your spiritual business, so that you can have light work and lifestyle balance, I invite you to do that. I will leave the information in the cards and in the description down below. If you haven't got on the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Masterclass, then I will leave that in the comments in the description down below. It is about speaking to, serving, and signing up your soul clients and banking 50K in 50 days in the real world. If you have blocks, then you're not going to want to do it in the real world, because your subconscious is going to keep you safe. So we do that clearing of the energy so that we can bank 50K in 50 days and support you in building your spiritual business online. So that happens live. The replay is on the Soul Legacy TV, but that happens live on the last Monday of the month at 3 p.m. UK time. It's a 4-hour free training. It has bonus gifts like amazing, has a community, the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Network within the Soul Legacy Academy, and also a Telegram channel. There's also a monthly call for Spiritual Biz YouTubers to create joint vision partnerships. Whether you want to get featured, you want to connect, co-create, and collaborate. That's monthly. I hold space for that. 9 p.m. UK time on the first Monday of the month. I have my free chapter, again, from my book, Spiritual YouTubers from Scratch, a soul-guided influencer's compass to leveraging your light work and lifestyle on YouTube. I'll leave that in the comments and in the description. And so on the masterclass, I'll share with you how you can get everything. And I have my book on pre-order. So if you haven't pre-ordered it, I'd love for you to support me in my book launch and come to the book birthing party, which is on the 6th of May annually. So we'll birth our co-author book series. And again, can get right down to the first comment. If you want to share your spiritual awakening story and become a co-author in my book series, this is an annual co-author book series that is also birthed on the 6th of May. Then you can email team@submissions@soullegacyacademy.com. Again, I'll leave information in the comments, detailed information. I want to have amazing co-authors sharing their spiritual awakening story, sharing how they're building their spiritual business. And that is for my boot campers and my masterminders. So you will need to be part of the Soul Legacy Academy, the Soul Legacy Launch Blueprint, author and authority media platform, and mastermind. I think that is it. That is a wrap of me contributing. I've loved sharing today. Hopefully you've got a lot of value, and you can use that for your spiritual journal as prompts every single Monday. I go live, and right about now it will come up that you can subscribe to the Soul Legacy TV if you haven't. You'll see my book launch videos as I'm writing my book. I will do videos that support that. And also as I host the #1 Spiritual Awakening Annual YouTube Summit, where I interview and spiritual YouTubers who share their spiritual awakening story as well. So I love you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Jennifer, for sticking on with me. And I shall see you for the next episode. Take care. Big love.